Hey, what's going on YouTube? ActionFigureNetwork coming at you with another video. So, today, you know that I said that I'd be doing a review on DC Universe Stargirl, but unfortunately something went wrong and her leg is kind of messed up. So, until I fix that, I won't be reviewing her. Same thing happened with Lord Naga. It's just that his bicep, tricep, swivel, or joint is kind of messed up. So, yeah. And I'm pretty sure that you guys rather see a Carnage review if I'm correct. So, yeah, let's just get into the video. So, pretty cool figure. I'm out of breath, okay? So, that's why I sound this way, but pretty cool figure. I like it overall. I did see a review of Toxin yesterday, and it utilizes the same body except it's bigger, and that the hands are bigger and the tendrils are bigger. So, yeah, pretty cool. Yeah, so you know, as always, we start off with a little size comparison. So I'm just going to scoot him over, and then, as you guys know, I'm going to have the Build-A-Figure right here. So I'll get that out of the way. And we can see that from right here, Carnage is definitely smaller than the Ultimate Green Goblin, which is good because the Ultimate Green Goblin should be bigger than Carnage, but not too big, you know what I mean? And yeah, so I think that the Carnage figure does have pretty good size. On camera, it goes to about like this spike right here, but you know, on camera, kind of looks like it just goes to about the bicep, tricep area. So yeah, pretty cool. I'll get him out of the way, and then we will get into our detailing with the figure. So now that we're looking at the detail, this figure is loaded with a bunch of detail. I'll go over the front and then the back part of the figure. So just to start off, we can see that he does have these this really like scary face, you know. We can see that it does have in the tongue area, it does have the pink to it, so that's pretty cool. It does have the black teeth that are painted and the white eyes with the I don't know what it's called, but the black lining throughout this, because I'm not really familiar with this character. I'm not a big Spider-Man fan, but I really like this figure. We can see that it goes all the way through. I think this is utilizing the Bucky Cat mold, but we can see that it goes all the way to there, and it's cool because at the waist, right here, those two connect, so I think that's pretty cool. We can see that he does have these really sharp hands with the long fingers that are pretty sharp too. It's just the red. It looks pink on camera, but it's red. And then we have this one, which I think that this hand is smaller than this hand. I know it is, actually. Then we get down, and we have the tendrils that connect on the leg, and they can't be popped off. So yeah, and then we have the feet that have the same thing. We do have tendrils on both the forearms as well, so that's pretty cool. So now onto the back. So taking a look at the back, we see that there is just a bunch of lining, like in the front, except on the head where we do not have the white for the eyes. We can see that it basically just follows through his whole body. Basically, that's about it for the detail on the back. As I said, it's just basically two colors, red and black. So yeah, right here is where the tendrils, or yeah, I call them tendrils, pop in, and we'll get into that once I go over the accessories, which I will do next. So I'm going to count this as an accessory because it does pop into his back. It basically goes along with the figure, but if I believe in package it is out of the figure. So yeah, basically it's just these tendrils that come with them. They're not posable. Like if you see, it's just going to go back to this point unless you, like, you know, mix it in with the other parts and you compose it. But basically this is pretty cool since the and basically that's it for this. It's just red and then it pops into the back. But since the Carnage, I believe, does use the Bucky Cat mold, he does have the peg right here, if you can see. And all you have to do is see the peg right here. All you have to do is pop it in there, and it's not really difficult to. And then we have the Carnage with all the tendrils like that. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, for the sake of the video, I am going to pop them out. And yes, so I'm going to get into the articulation next. So going on to the articulation, we can see that you know, he does use the Bucky cat mold, so it's pretty basic. We already know it. He can go left, right, you know, full 360 if you want him to. Down, it's okay, pretty good, I think. But man, he can go up so nicely. He also could go like this if you want him to. I think that's really creepy. It looks like he's possessed by a demon, but he does have these shoulder joints which allow him to go like that. You have to rotate him for him to go all the way up like that. He does go in and out like that. He does have a bicep tricep swivel. He does bend at 2 points at the elbow, if you can see, 1, 2. And then he can rotate full 360 at the hand and go down and up at the wrist. So pretty cool there. Now, for his ab crunch, it's pretty good. He can, well, I'm going to have to zoom out for this because you're going to have to get the full image. Boom. But he can go down about there, so that's, oh, it's okay. It's not the greatest. And then when we just pop him up like that, he can't really go up. I don't know why that is, but he just goes like that. He does go up a little, so that's okay. He does have a full 360 waist articulation. He has legs that do spread out like this, and then they go back, forward and back. And then he does have the upper quad swivel. Mine's very tight, so I don't want to break the figure or anything like that. He does bend at 2 points at the knee, 1, 2, and then we can also see that he does have the boot cut right there. So, or he doesn't have a boot, but you know, that's what I'm going to call it, even though he doesn't have it. He can go down, up and down, and then he does have the gorgeous ankle pivot, so pretty cool. All the joints are good on mine. They're not really loose, except this is the one gripe that I do have with it. So, my figure is loose right here, so, yeah. It's just, I don't know, I guess the hole that it connects the legs to is loose. So, or the hole is bigger than should be, so yes. That's just one of the major gripes that I have to say about this figure, and I would consider that to be in the articulation point of this review, or even the figure, that it's messed up like that. So yes, let's get into paint applications next. So onto the paint application part of this figure. Now, basically only has 2 colors, but that is being the red and black, of course. And then when we get to the eyes, that's the only other color I have to say, which is a pearlized white. So yes, let's get into it. So I'm going to zoom in on the head. We can see that he does have some kind of like where it goes into the red, so that's kind of unfortunate. And then on the jaw where it's red in the black, where it wasn't painted, and also on this side as well. But basically, just throughout the whole body, it's really nicely done, because it's just red and black lining. So that's basically all I have to say. And then it's just a red on the bottom. And the only thing that's wrong right here is that that part is just a blotch. So, and it is like textured, so it is like just a paint blotch. So yeah, guys, that's basically it for the paint applications. So now it's time for the overall review. So for the overall review of this figure, like, I'm not meaning review like I'm gonna do it again, but as in like what I really feel about this figure and if you should pick it up or not. I feel pretty confident that this is probably one of the, if not, yeah, it's good. Without a doubt, it's the best Carnage made, and I definitely recommend picking it up. Of course, you should if you can. I mean, this figure is really hard. Don't get me wrong or anything like that. But overall, paint applications could have been better. Of course, we know that. Even with the hip being like that, or the legs, that could have been better. I know that could, you know, that's easily just my figure. Remember, it's my figure, not your figure, but definitely a figure that I'd pick up. If you can pick the whole series up, you can go to Big Bad Toy Store for that or something like that, but I try to do it locally first before you give up and just buy it online. The Carnage and Black Cat are definitely going to be the hardest ones to find, but as for the overall review, or yeah, just going to say review, I definitely recommend picking him up. He is really cool. He is loaded with articulation, and he just looks so good, and it's nice to get comic Spider-Man characters as opposed to movie Spider-Man characters or villains like that. So yeah, that's it for my video. Remember, guys, to like, rate, subscribe, share, add to your favorites, add to your playlist, so on, so forth. And I'm doing the figures that I like in order, so I'm gonna leave the next one for a surprise for you guys, because you're probably gonna disagree or agree, depending on how you feel about the figure. So yeah, guys, until next time, and I hope you guys have an awesome day. This is Action Figure Network, signing out.